Hey, welcome back, you YouTube and Snapchat and son of a bitches. Another installment of the Friday wrap-up. Thanks for stopping back. So, we had a hell of a week, huh? So I'd like to first start off by acknowledging the opening song today, a little Frank Sinatra. I know some people have been wondering how come it took me so long to throw a Sinatra song up there. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I just clicked in my head today. I said, you know what? With all this shit that's been going on, we need a little bold Blue Eyes in the mix, I think. My grandmother loved Frank Sinatra. We all love Frank Sinatra. I mean, he's like the Italian Jesus Christ. She used to say all the time, oh, I love that Frank Sinatra. He sings so nice. But Dean Martin, he's a beautiful man. He's a good-looking man. He's a better looking. So there's that. So there's a little nod to my nonna. She liked Frank Sinatra, so did I. And speaking of Frank Sinatra, I tip my hat today to the good people in Lynchburg, Tennessee, the people at Jack Daniels. Nobody loved their Jack Daniels more than Frank Sinatra. So as a little nod to that, I made a little Jack Daniels cocktail today. I called this a Lynchburg lemonade. It's very simple. 2 shots of Jack, a little lemonade, give it a quick shake, put a little club soda on top. Oh, it's refreshing. Now, Sinatra was like me when it comes to Jack Daniels. Okay, he didn't like it in a cocktail. That was a sacrilege. He'd probably throw this at my head. But him and I do it the same way. Okay, 3 ice cubes. That's it. We're not ice skaters. But you know what? This is probably the only type of Jack Daniels cocktail I like. It's refreshing. It's cold. It's summertime. So I think old Blue Eyes might make an exception too. So, hey, salud, Frank, wherever you are. We know he ain't in heaven. So, let's move on. So, as I was saying, what a fucked up fucking week we had, right? Holy shit. All right, so first I'm going to start with, as usual, YouTube update. Membership hasn't moved, it's sad to say. It's a 55 steady. My hater did come back, disliked the last video, so that's nice. Listen, you know what? I don't hate the haters, because you know what? That's how you know you're fucking doing it right. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. So, whoever you are out there disliking my videos, you keep it up there, sunshine, okay? So, that aside, Corona update. Like I said, big week in his ongoing crackdown of bars that are disobeying social distancing rules and regulations. Our fearless leader, Governor Nostrils, proclaimed last week. Okay? I'm sorry to mention it. Last week he proclaimed that when you go to a bar and you have to order food in order to drink, that wings are not considered to be substantial food. Wings are not considered to be substantial food. Okay? This from an asshole that works in fucking Albany, which is like a stone's throw away from Buffalo. The place where Buffalo wings originated from. This Mama says that fucking wings aren't considered to be food. So all the people that go to a bar to order wings and have a couple of beers, they're breaking the law. Imagine this shit. Okay? Thankfully, the State Liquor Authority stepped in this week and cleared that up a little bit for us and said, you know what? He's wrong. Wings count. So, you know what? All of you people that were freaking the fuck out, relax. You can go to your favorite wing joint, your favorite bar, order some wings, have a couple of cold ones, have a cocktail or two, watch a game, relax. You could eat wings. That's how fucking retarded this guy is. Okay? And honestly, all this shit stems from the fact that New York City is the frequent violator. So because Mayor Muppet Hands insists on handcuffing the cops, literally, and not allowing them to enforce social distancing rules, this is why we got to endure this fucking nonsense, okay? This is why, right? Because of this fucking retard in the city. I want to fucking bust his head open. It drives me crazy. Okay? On top of that, Governor Nostrils is now begging the wealthy to come back to New York. So everybody escaped. They fled. Okay, or they fled. I should, rephrase. They fled the city when all hell broke loose between the riots and all Corona and all kinds of shit. So they all left. They went to the Hamptons. They went to Connecticut. They went upstate. They went all over the fucking place. So the governor is now begging them to come back. Okay, to keep the city from slipping into financial ruin. Because think about it. Office spaces, luxury apartments, they're all fucking vacant. Nobody wants them no more. Okay? So he's he's begging them on fucking TVs, I'll buy you dinner, I'll buy you, come over and I'll cook dinner for you, which I would fucking love to see. Hopefully he took a couple 2-3 lessons from Sandra D there. But offering to buy them booze and food, not violating social distancing regulations. Just saying. Okay? So yeah, he's begging them to come back. And you know what? They ain't coming back, and I don't fucking blame him. I don't blame him. You know why? Because Muppet Hands wants to tax them a higher tax rate. Because he's saying, because federal funds, federal funding cuts that were made into the city, so, the fucking city's broke. So he wants to tax the wealthier a higher amount than everybody else to make up the difference. Okay? Maybe next time, don't deface the front of the fucking president's building, and maybe you might get a few extra $2-3, okay, thrown at you, you stupid fucking retarded Muppet. Okay? So, like I said, I don't blame the wealthy for staying the hell away from the city. I mean, think about it. The crime rate is up. I mean, it's ridiculously high at this point, right? They could pay a lower income tax by not being in the city because this fucking retard basically said, I'm going to tax you more. Fucking asshole. And on top of that, he slashes $1 billion to the police budget, handcuffs the cops and keeps them from actually doing their job. So there's nobody fucking protecting these people. So if I'm a fucking billionaire and I can go anywhere in the world, why? Why would I want to go back to New York City? And this from somebody who loves the city. Okay? So I like I said, I don't fucking blame him. This asshole fucking mayor is on a goddamn mission to just destroy New York City. To destroy it. And he's doing a hell of a fucking job, let me tell you. All right, so that's your fucking, that's your corona update. Oh, one other thing. The mayor finally acknowledged that crime is on an uptick. He finally acknowledged in a press conference that, crime is on an uptick. He said it's a slight uptick. And this idiot goes and says that the reason that crime is rising is due to the coronavirus. And he says it's going to end when the summer's over. Not the coronavirus, the crime. Apparently, people only commit crimes when there's a pandemic and during the summer months. Okay? He's wrecked the fucking city, plain and simple. Plain and simple. Okay. Oh, breaking news today. Governor Nostrils has declared that schools will be open, but there's no set plan in place. They're gonna be looking at the how, the what, the where, the when, and the why. So more to come on that. But yeah, so if you got kids and you can't wait to fucking get rid of them, now you can. You can send them back to school if you choose. Okay. So, crazy train time. Okay, all aboard. Get your tickets out. So, like I said, we had a fucking hell of a week. Right? And I said this last week, and I gotta stop saying this shit, because it always fucking comes true. Every fucking time I say it, it comes true. I said we have coronavirus. We have murder hornets. We got sharks all over the fucking island. And then, on top, I said, what else? What's next? I got my answer. A fucking tropical storm. Okay? Isaias. Now, first off, who names this shit? You couldn't come up with a fucking regular name like Izzy or Harry or John or Mary or something like that. No, Isaias. It sounds like the sound a fucking stroke patient makes as they're trying to explain to you what happened after they had their stroke. That's the sound that it makes. So whoever came up with the name of this storm stroked out halfway through naming it. That's how we got the name. Okay? It was delightful watching all these news anchors try to pronounce it. It was like everybody had some kind of a fucking speech impediment. It's like the short bus let out early. Okay? So, that was the storm. So, the storm, the news panics the shit out of everybody, of course. And they were talking about this fucking storm for days, right? It happened when? Tuesday? And they were talking about it Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all fucking weekend long. I'm going somewhere with this. Follow me. So, they're talking about this storm on and on and on and on and on. And then, of course, they panicked everybody. It's going to be like just as bad as Hurricane Sandy and pop and all this other shit. And people buying fucking bread and milk and eggs, to make French toast. They're taking their furniture in, all kinds of shit. The storm lasted about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Okay? It touched down somewhere about 1 o'clock, and then by like 2-ish, it was gone. Now, in that hour and a half to 2 hour time span that it hit, you had 40-mile-an-hour winds over here in New York. Now, I mean, other places maybe it was stronger, maybe it was this, maybe not so bad, but a lot of rain, and about 40-mile-an-hour wind. Now, 40-mile-an-hour winds are still going to do some fucking damage, all right? So it knocks some trees down, it knocks some power lines down, but all in all, nothing fucking catastrophic, okay? My life didn't change all that much. Now, here's where I'm going with this. First thing to go is the fucking power on the island, right? Now, I'm going to take it back a little bit. During Hurricane Sandy, LIPA controlled all the electricity on Long Island, okay? And, of course, Sandy was a hurricane, okay? Call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was a goddamn hurricane. So it caused a lot of damage, destruction, whatever. So power was out for days on the island. So to punish LIPA, Governor Nostrils kicked them out of the state and brought in PSE&G, which is a Jersey company. Now, I'm familiar with them. I've had some dealings with them in New Jersey. They suck. They suck in Jersey, so they're not going to be that much better in New York. I got news for you. So, and I said that then, right? I said, this is not a good idea. Somebody must have greased this asshole under the table. Maybe they gave him a fucking, elephant-sized bottles of Afrin to clear his sinuses, because, you need a fucking elephant enema to shove up his nostril. Anyway, so he brings in PSE&G. So from Hurricane Sandy to now, we haven't had any kind of major catastrophic weather-related events, okay? So like I said, this wasn't a fucking surprise. They were talking about it for days. So PSE&G should have been ready to go if something happened. Power goes out on the island. Okay, so about 1 o'clock, 1:30, whatever the hell it was, power goes out. I look on my phone. I pull up the thing to see, when power's going to be restored. It said 5 people in my area had power outages. I says, all right, maybe that's true. And then they said estimated time for restoration would have been Thursday. This was fucking Tuesday. I said, wait, get God. So what, Thursday? So I get, right away, I go upstairs, I get on the phone, I call them up. So I called them up, and I ask them, listen, I'm looking at your website, I don't think, something ain't jiving here. I says, it's telling me my power won't be restored till Thursday. The woman says to me, okay, she says, sir, we're doing the best we can. I said, that's not an answer. It's not what I asked you. I said, it's not an answer. I says, you're an electric company. You got one fucking job to provide power. I said, I'm not expecting you to turn it on in 15 minutes. I said, but will it be restored before, 10 o'clock tonight? Sir, we're doing the best we can. You have to refer to the website. I said, the website's telling me Thursday. She says, well, we're doing the best we can. I says, again, that's not a fucking answer. I says, you're a goddamn you're an electric company. This is all you do. You can't give me a better answer than Thursday? Or you're doing the best you can? She said, you'll have to call 911. I said, 911? What the fuck am I calling 911 for? It's a power outage. She said, sir, you'll have to call 911. I said, what the fuck am I calling 911 for? The police are going to show up and magically make electricity appear? I said, well, what are you, fucking on drugs? Okay, and then she hung up on me. Imagine this shit, they hung up on me. So I called back. They put me into a queue. About 5-10 minutes later, they hang up. They didn't even get on the phone. They just kept hanging up on me. I did this about 3 fucking times before it became enraged. I wanted to throw the fucking phone across the street. Then I realized, son of a bitch, it'll cost me $1,500 to replace the fucking phone. Leave it alone. Okay? And then lo and behold, nobody on Long Island has power for days. Okay? It's like they were blindsided by this. The goddamn lights on the main roads didn't work until today. Okay? So you think PSE&G is doing a hell of a job over here? If you're in New Jersey and you're watching this, I feel your pain. Believe me, okay? These fucking assholes, I swear to God, it's like nobody takes responsibility for anything that they're supposed to fucking do. Okay? Instead, they want you to be sympathetic and understanding and have feelings. That's fungal with your feelings, God damn it. Okay, so moving on. The Redskins, Washington. Oh, I shouldn't say that. The team formerly known as the Washington Redskins haven't picked the fucking name for their team yet. It's been a month already since they decided that Redskins was too racist to be in the NFL after 100 goddamn years. So now they have new helmets printed up. It just has the abbreviation for Washington on the side. Imagine they're calling themselves temporarily the football team from Washington. I have a fun goal. I think they should leave that as their thing, Okay? Hey, that's the play. What team you play? I play for the team from Washington. Like they're all fucking a bunch of sling blades. So that's the Redskins. Yankee update, they played the Phillies, which is a conflicting event for me because I love the Yankees. As you could tell, I'm a Yankee fan, but I do like my Phillies, okay? Matter of fact, I'm going to say something. It pisses people off when I say this. But Citizens Bank Park, where the Phillies play, is by far my favorite baseball stadium. By far. I like it better than any other baseball stadium out there, okay? Plus, they have the best food. That's number one. Okay, you can get a cheesesteak. You used to be able to get a Schmitter, which was a delightful thing. They have Yingling falling from the fucking sky. It's just a delightful ballpark. It's very well built. Matter of fact, Citizens Bank Park is an exact duplicate of Citi Field is an exact duplicate of Citizens Bank Park. Okay, so if you want to see what that's like, just go to a Mets game because that's the only. Well, you can't now, but when the Mets decide to open up the stadium, go check it out. That's the only worthwhile thing about going to a Mets game is the stadium is better than the team. So the Phils took 2 of the games out from the Yankees. It's a 5-game series. They won 2. So I'm not, that's doesn't bother me. If they're going to lose to a team, I'd rather them lose to the Phillies than anybody else. But here's the reason I'm bringing this up. Because while the Yankees were playing in Philadelphia, okay, the Philadelphia fans were still torturing them, even though they weren't at the fucking game. Now, I've said this about people, the fans of Philadelphia. There's something mentally wrong with these people. It's hilarious. It's just fucking hilarious. They go all out. So they were in the parking lot, and they're watching the game, and every time a batter came up, they fucking fire off an air horn, make the guy jump and fucking distract him, and he'd strike out. Imagine this shit, and that fucking baboon of a manager that the Yankees had, Boone, he couldn't do nothing. He goes and complains to the fucking umpires. The umpires, what are you going to do? He's in the parking lot. People, the fans in Philadelphia are like next level fucking crazy. I'll tell you a quick little story, okay? Years ago, I used to work for a company that was based in Philadelphia, so they had season tickets to, Phillies, all the Philadelphia sports teams. So I was in town, they threw me tickets to a game. It was the Phillies-Mets. It was a couple years ago. And it happened to be dollar dog and dollar beer night. Now, that's something they only do in Philadelphia because, they'll never do that in New York. Fucking beer and hot dogs are $1. Okay? It's magical. And I remember thinking to myself, as I'm walking in and I see the sign, dollar beer, dollar dog night, I know I'm in Philly and they're playing the Mets, it's a big rivalry. I says, this is probably not a good idea. They probably should have done this a different night. Anyhow, I'm sitting in a row, and about 2-3 seats next to me is this fucking big fat guy, and he's just sucking down dogs and Yinglings. By the fucking truckload. So it's probably about the 6th to 7th inning, right? And bases are loaded, and fucking David Wright comes up, and he fucking cracks a home run. Grand slam. Boom! Just breaks the game wide open. The fucking stadium's going insane, right? And right in front of this fat guy is a father and son from Mets fans. So they probably were from the island. They were definitely not from Queens. And I'll tell you why in a second. They looked like they were liberals, if you know what I'm saying. So this kid, he couldn't have been more than 6, 7, 8 years old maybe, and he's jumping up and down. He's got his David Wright jersey on. He's all excited. He's cheering. And this guy, and he's, like I said, he's 3 seats next to me. He goes, "Hey, you think that's good? I'll give you something to cheer about." And he jams 2 of his fingers down his throat and vomits a fucking night's worth of beer and hot dogs and horror all over this kid. He's a little kid. He just fucking forces himself to throw up on the kid. So the kid is horrified. The fucking father's standing there catatonic That's why I knew he wasn't from the neighborhood. Because if it was me, that was my kid, I'd be doing 25 to life right now. But anyhow, so they're standing there catatonic. Of course, security comes and pulls this fucking guy away, covered in vomit, right? And they're pulling this fat fuck away, and people are high-fiving. I'm like, yeah, dude, like that. I'm thinking to myself, these people are next level fucking nuts. Right then and there, I fell in love with that city. That's how crazy they are. Okay? So from the parking lot, they disrupted an entire fucking game last night. It was hilarious. I hated to see my Yankees lose, but it was fucking hilarious. Okay? So, moving on to another topic. Okay, I'm a big sports fan, as you could tell. I like the Yankees. I like my Giants, which I don't expect a hell of a lot from. I was excited that hockey came back. I thought the Rangers might have a half of a shot, but apparently they didn't. They blew it in 3 fucking games. Not that I'm surprised there. And I'm also a big basketball fan. I like a couple different teams. I'm a nostalgic fan of the Bulls. because I'm a New Yorker, I'm a Knicks fan, and, I'm also a Brooklyn Nets fan. Here's my problem. I cannot sit down and watch a fucking NBA game. It's the championship players. I can't sit down and watch a fucking basketball game and enjoy it. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to say some things. It's going to piss people off, and I always piss people off, and that's okay. Okay, because it's a free fucking country. And in case you want to get on he's the racist bandwagon, I'm not. Okay? I don't have a fucking racist bone in my body. I hate yous all equally. All right? So, I can't stand the fucking kneeling during the goddamn national anthem. Everybody's fucking kneeling. It's because of the Black Lives Matters movement. Now listen, if you're a BLM supporter, that's great. Fantastic. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm not going to tell you this is stupid. I'm not going to tell you. That's what you believe in. That's what you want to back. Fine. That's a conversation for another day. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying anything disparaging for it. But I'm going to say this. Sports should remain sports. They should not be politicized. And that's what that's what's happening here. The owners and the fucking league commissioners are allowing this bullshit to happen, and it's nonsense. First of all, I don't see what taking a knee during the national anthem is going to accomplish for the BLM movement. I really don't see. And then having all kinds of shit, it doesn't accomplish nothing. Okay? Matter of fact, I think it cheapens it. It makes it just look like a fucking temper tantrum at this point. Sorry if that offends some people, if that pisses you off. And again, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm stating a fact. Okay? If the league commissioners and the fucking league team owners should flat out say, stop it. No more kneeling during the national anthem. It's offensive to Americans. Okay? You want to be a fucking communist, go play basketball in Russia. Right? Not here. Enough of this shit. If these pussies had any fucking balls at all, they would tell these assholes, these little fucking millionaire jerk-off fucks, okay, these millennial basketball players, because that's what they are. They're millionaires to play basketball, okay? They should take a knee, you forfeit your paycheck for the rest of the fucking season. You see how fast those knees stop, okay? Because that way, at that point, if you want to make a fucking statement, then you take a knee. If you hang someone's paycheck on the fucking line, you see how fast they all stand up. Okay? Which brings me to my next point. They're all fucking hypocrites. Okay? They're all millionaires playing basketball. Any athlete. I don't care what color they are. Okay? So you can't tell me that people are oppressed. You already have a talent. You can play a sport and get paid. Hey, listen. If these people that, taking a knee to make a statement actually really wanted to make a statement, they would make a public announcement that for the remainder of the season, they were going to forego their paychecks, all of them, not a portion, all of them, and donate it maybe to some kind of social service operation that could maybe help inner city kids get on their feet, get an education, get a scholarship, stay out of jail. Okay, make something better of their lives. Get out of the fucking hood. Okay, that's if you're an athlete and the Black Lives Matter movement means any kind of fucking thing to you, that's what you do. Taking a knee during the national anthem just proves one thing and one thing only: you're a little crybaby bitch. Okay, what about all the service people, men and women of color who fought for the country? You're taking a fucking knee. You stupid son of a taking a knee. Okay, these people, Vietnam, or any war, okay? There was people of every color, every race, every creed, in every fucking war. Okay, so you're taking a knee, right? That's a kick in the teeth to these people, okay, who gave their lives, who busted their asses, who lost limbs, family members, loved ones, okay? So you think you're doing something fucking important? You're a fucking paid athlete. That's it. Your job is to play sports and entertain me. So just do that. Don't comment. Don't have a fucking opinion. Okay? Nobody gives a shit. Okay? First of all, the whole reason why this is even happening is because we decided to give everybody a fucking trophy. Okay? Again, I have no problem with people of any race, creed, color at all. Okay? If I like you, I like you. That has nothing to do with the color of your skin, or your religion, or your orientation, or any of that shit. Okay, if I like you, I like you. Period. And if I don't like you, it's probably because you're an asshole. Again, irregardless of whatever the fuck nationality you are or any of that shit. Okay, I get a little hot when it comes to this stuff. Okay, I mean, bottom line, in the grand scheme of things, nobody really fucking matters. Okay, stop thinking you're a special little fucker. Just go about your life, do your thing, do your job, take care of your family, make your money, and just be happy. Causing all of this fucking feud is pointless. I don't see where it's supposed to go. Okay, and when you see an athlete doing it, some privileged fuck, okay, who gets $19 billion a year to dribble a fucking ball, I'm sorry, but it loses something in translation. So I sit there and I watch this shit and I get aggravated and I turn it off. Okay, so. And I blame the fucking league owners and the commissioners because they allow this shit to happen and letting the fucking inmates run the asylum. Enough of this crap. Now, that said, I'm off my soapbox. Okay? And we're going to move on to other things. So, here's another update for you. The Rockettes and the Christmas Spectacular show have announced that they will be canceled this year because China broke everything. Okay? So, China succeeded where the Grinch failed. China fucking ruined Christmas. As a matter of fact, you remember back when we were kids, they had those claymation cartoons, Rankin and Bass used to make them. Two Jews made Christmas cartoons. I know. It's commercialism at its fucking best. Okay? Remember the year without Santa Claus and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty? Okay. So they're going to come back and they're going to make another special this year. Ready? It's going to be called The Year China Killed Santa. So Santa Claus is going to get the coronavirus. He's going to cough all over the fucking reindeer. Rudolph's nose is going to explode. It's going to be a beautiful fucking show. Okay? So yeah, stay tuned for that. Speaking of Chinamen. Okay? A Chinese guy who owns a fucking spa on Long Island was arrested this week for inappropriate touching while giving a foot rub. So somebody went to this guy for a pedicure, and he's sitting there rubbing the woman's feet, and apparently he did something inappropriate. Now, listen, okay? People are telling me, oh, it's so nice when you go for a pedicure, they massage your feet. First of all, whoever is touching people's feet for a living is a fucking pervert, okay? They got something wrong with them where they want to be constantly fondling feet and toes and bunions and corns and bleh. It's disgusting, because everybody goes for pedicure. They think their feet are nice, and about maybe a third of them are. Okay? So, all those, gnarled, hammer-toed look, they're going for pedicures, and there's somebody that's sitting there rubbing it, and they're not vomiting into a bucket next to them. There's something wrong with them. So, I don't know. I mean, the whole fucking process is inappropriate. So, I don't understand what this guy got arrested for. I mean, how inappropriate do you have to be aside from rubbing someone's foot? Did he put someone's toe in his mouth? This disgusting son of a bitch? Probably. They eat bats. Why not stuff a whole foot in your mouth? Disgusting. So, yeah, that's that. A question keeps popping up in my head. And I see this everywhere I go, and it's getting more and more fucking obvious lately. When the fuck did men start carrying purses? And I'm not talking about backpacks, okay? Or like sometimes you see like those messenger bags that go across your shoulder. It looks like a thing. No, I'm not talking about the actual fucking purses. It's like a little satchel they have it wear under their armpit, and they keep this stuff in there. Like, oh, let me get some money, and they're walking with girls and shit. I'm like, what fucking woman wants to walk around with a guy carrying a goddamn pocketbook? I don't understand. When the fuck did this become okay? Oh, why can't you be more sensitive? Why can't you have feelings? Yeah, they got feelings, now they're getting pedicures and they're carrying purses. You happy now? They can't change the tire, they don't know how to fucking check the oil. They call somebody for everything, okay? I swear to God, I might be the last of the Mohegans. I don't know what it is. People tell me I'm an insensitive jerk-off all the time, and that's fine. I know I am. I'm the first one to say it. I'm an asshole. I'm proud of it, okay? But I'm also a real guy. I'll knock somebody out for looking at you sideways. I can change the oil in your car and swap all your fucking tires before the goddamn hour is up. And I make one hell of a cocktail. So, that's been your Friday wrap-up. Okay? Enjoy your weekend. And just count the days till next Friday. And I'll see you when I see you.